Hey, welcome to another episode of the Rob Report. I'm your host, Robert Bob TV Brown. Before we get into the segment, by the end of this video, I want you to do a few things for me. First of all, if you like the video, hit the like button. Please do. If you don't like it, hit unlike. It's okay. Make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Sometimes, as Jimmy Dore would say, you find yourself unsubscribed and you need to make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Hit the notification bell right next to it so you can be notified when a new video is being dropped. Whoop, there it is. And more importantly, the super chat will be on for this segment. So if you want to donate toward the efforts of Bob TV, that's freely up to you. Any amount will help toward the growth of this channel. My name is Robert Brown with the Rob Report. Let's get into it. Well, good day, good day. Welcome to another episode of Rob Report. I'm your humble host, Robert Bob TV Brown. How you doing today? Well, we come up to the close of the year. Today is New Year's Eve. It's been a hectic New Year's. A lot of people that we know and love has left this earth early because of a simpleton not doing whatever you need to do to keep a virus from coming into this country. Then you have simpletons that's trying to push back on every effort he did to try to push into something that help people with these viruses. They want to use it to delay the process. They want to use this to make a mockery out of him. They want to use this to have people laughing at him. They want to use this to make people not trust him, but trust them. And I'm in the category where I don't trust neither one of you. We went through a time where, where we had one of the most horrible policies being passed to continue to uplift the rich, worse than the last time when Obama took over the George Bush tax cuts and things like that. We came up with something that's 10 times worse, giving billions and trillions to corporations, our freaking money, our money. They make the decision what to do with the money that we put into the hopper, the money that we use to pay their paycheck. They make the decision on that. And then instead of telling you about early management to deal with the pandemic, early protocol, early treatment that could have nipped the stuff in the bud, that could have kept people out of the hospital, that could have kept people in a position where they didn't have to use a ventilator and they don't have to go up and have jacked up high bills, just release the medication that they need to, the authorization to let them get the medication that they want. Most people want it, but they were denying them the opportunity to get it, lying on the medication, shaming the medication, all for political posturing, political purposes, and political gamemanship. Let me tell you something. If it wasn't for this virus, we wouldn't have that switch in power. There's no way Joe Biden would have been able to beat Donald Trump. Kamala Harris would have never been in a position as she's been handed a high-level position without doing anything for it. Her legacy in California is crap. I mean, you do what you need to do for criminals that actually broke the law, but you went overboard in people who didn't break the law. Keeping people in jail. Using people's bodies like it's nothing. Trying to beef with the private. We got all this stuff going on in America. The chance to get a $2,000 UBI, the chance to get reparations, the chance to get universal health care right here in our face. And we got politicians on Democratic and Republican side trying to stop these efforts. Stop the efforts of giving you your money. Stop the efforts of giving you something that should be American right that most countries have, and that's no-cost education, no-cost health care. This shouldn't even be a gimmick. The only thing we should be talking about is reparations. $2,000 a month UBI. Right now, Canada has been giving that since the pandemic happened. And then I got to deal with YouTube, want to suppress the viewership, want to suppress the videos going out, unsubscribing you. So, by the way, go subscribe. Don't assume that you're still subscribed. Check every week to see if you are, because I guarantee you they're going to unsubscribe you. So go check and see if you're unsubscribed and resubscribe. Because that's how those punks roll. They let somebody who not even affiliated with a network shoot me down from doing live broadcasts. That punk fat bowling ball, rolling pole, Lord forgive me. But you know who I'm talking about. Can't even do live stream. So starting in January, I'm going to be doing episodes of the Rob Report on Wednesdays and Sundays at 11 o'clock. Wednesdays and Sundays at 11 o'clock. Matter of fact, I'll change that to Wednesdays and Sundays at 10 o'clock. Because 11 o'clock on Sundays, I have another broadcast going on, which is more of a spiritual, self-help type thing that I do, because I am a speaker on the subject of love. No, it don't seem like it. I'm kind of hard on people up here, but that's what love does sometimes. Sometimes it's a little tough. Here we are at the close of the year. They claim another strain that's 10 times easier to catch has come upon our land. Whether it's 10 times easier to catch or not, I don't trust my government. They'll say anything to try to drive you to their vaccine. Right now, there are currently 2 vaccines in America, Moderna and Pfizer. The ratio of poor people to wealthy people on Pfizer is totally different. Poor people getting the Pfizer, most of the wealthy people are getting the Moderna. And most of the poor people or middle class is getting the Pfizer. Make me believe that there's a Cadillac plan and a non-Cadillac plan. One costs, one don't cost. Then they got some drugs coming from England, drugs coming from Canada. When all this time there have been an early management protocol to deal with COVID once you find out your diagnosis and even prophylactic. It's not a guarantee. The vaccine is not a guarantee that you won't catch it. There is no guarantee that you will not catch COVID. The vaccine does not guarantee. It is not a cure. It's still in trial stage, and it doesn't guarantee that you're going to get rid of COVID. They say it's 70%, 80% effective. You got to take 1, 2, 3 shots. It's just like a freaking flu shot. The flu shot do not cure you from the flu. Vaccines are not necessarily cures, but they got you believing that. It's no different. Vaccines are a management system to help you not get sick. So is early medical protocol, such as the one I take, quercetin 1,000 milligrams, zinc 50 milligrams, 250 milligram elemental zinc, which is 50 milligram of zinc sulfate, vitamin D and vitamin C, high dosage. Not a cure, but a treatment. Not a guarantee you're not going to catch it, but it will subside the system until they leave. Proven, documented by various universities, NYU Langone, Eastern Medical College of Virginia, Northwell Hospital, St. Francis, I can go on and on. Proven, documented, it's out there, but nobody's going out there telling the people. Feel like I'm a lone wolf in this thing, me and Dr. Zelenko or whatever. I'm a lone wolf. People want to call me a Trumpican. I am not a Trumpican. I don't care about Trump or a Democratic Party or a Republican Party. I'm not in this. I'm always here about the truth. Here, the Rob Report is where the truth will make you free. And the truth is there's early management protocol that will keep you from going to the hospital and keep you out of ICU, taking up, putting too much pressure on the healthcare system. And then here we are at a moment where we could force a vote for $2,000 and we can force a vote for Medicare for all. And neither one of these politicians want to take up the mantle. Most of these people don't want to push it. You got, when it comes to Medicare for all, you got numbed up Democrats who claim they're for Medicare for all, trying to find a way not to put Nancy Pelosi in a position where she has to do a floor vote because we don't want to offend Nancy. The only thing Nancy can do for you guys is get you money. Her popularity sucks. Her popularity is right there with Mitch McConnell. Trump is more popular than both of them. And that guy ain't all that either. But you're fearing making her put Medicare for all on the floor for a vote because you fear it's going to expose you for the fake frauds that you are. Let the chips fall where they may. I'll go ahead and throw me in there. It's not me because I don't do that, but I'll go ahead and make you feel comfortable. We keep voting in these politicians. They're really not making a real strong stance for you. You're supposed to be voting in people that's willing to give up do one term fighting for you and see if it's good enough for you to get their vote the second term. Now you got these punk politicians want to kiss the beltway behind, want to kiss the behind of the leaders in their political party, want to try to get on all these committees and Senate seats, and that's not why we sent you there. Some people believe that is, but that's not why we sent you there. I didn't send you there to sit on a committee. I sent you there to fight for your community. If sitting on the committee will help you fight for me, that's between you and whatever. I don't worry about that. I sent you there to fight for us. And AOC, Jamal Bowman, I got you on notice, bruh. Jamal Bowman, thank you for pushing reparation, but we're going to have a talk soon, bruh. Now, let's get this out the way, and then I'm going to leave you with a video that I want you to take heed to, and I want you to take advantage of it when the opportunity comes. I'm going to take you to the story of the day. The story of the day is Donald Trump. The Democrats and Republicans bowed down to Mitch McConnell's skinny bill and said, you're only worth $600. Of course, Mitch McConnell is going to be the stupid Mitch that he is. A turtle-looking Mitch. You can't expect Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell been doing that since Obama era. Mitch is always going to be Mitch. He's going to always try to kill bills, and he don't care what happened. He don't even care about his own constituents, yet those constituents continue to vote him in like dummies. Right now, you know you need more than $600. You know you need $2,000, Kentuckians. You know it. You're out of work. You're probably on unemployment or you're exhausting your unemployment. A lot of you probably end up having COVID and the medical bills are not going away. There's no free healthcare system in America. I'm trying to push for one, but there is none. You put the wrong guy in office. Now, I'm no fan of Amy, but there were people that you could have put in office that were at least willing to fight for you. He's not even willing to fight for you. He's willing to fight for the medical complex. He's willing to fight for the military complex. He's willing to fight for corporations, giving them billions and trillions in welfare, and not fight for you. But you keep putting them in, and this is what really irks me about people on Democrat. This is why I'm independent. And people don't like me because I don't fall for the lesser two. I don't do that lesser two evil bull crap. If you ain't fighting for me, I'm not voting for you. I don't care if you are the lesser two evil. I'd rather find a WB frog on a rock and push him into office if he's willing to at least rib it for me. Let me get a couple of ribbons. Can I get that? These fools are not. They're fighting against your own interests, and you keep putting them in office. And that's Democrats and Republicans. You think Joe Biden's going to all of a sudden become Obama? He's not. Have you seen Joe Biden record? Oh, he changed. What showed you that he changed? That man has been offered many opportunities to repent for that horrible crime bill after he found out what he did, and he's trying to blame everybody else but himself. Kamala Harris wiped her butt with Medicare for all and say, I'm going to go with whatever Joe like, I like. What happened to Miss Progressive, the most progressive woman in the Senate? What happened to that? One of the first ones to sign John Paul's and Bernie Sanders' Medicare for all bill, now saying, well, I'm side with Joe. In other words, Joe said, if you put a Medicare for all bill on my desk, I'm going to veto that crap. Don't put it on my desk. I'll wipe my behind with it. In other words, thousands, hundreds of thousands of people can kiss my behind when it comes to health care. It's no different from Trump. This is the year end of all this bull crap. Now here we stand. $3 trillion offer from the House. They knew Trump wasn't going to agree with it. They knew the Republican wasn't going to agree with it. I don't know why they thought they could put all this crap in the bill and expect to get support from the Republican and Democrat, but yet want to shame them and say, we had an offer that would have gave $2,000 or $1,200. Yeah, it wasn't staying alone. You had a whole bunch of other bull crap in that bill too that you know wasn't going through. And that's the reason why they put what they call poison pills of pork into bills, because they are trying to sabotage the bill instead of just doing a standalone bill. Bernie Sanders should have took out, denied the crime bill and did a standalone Violence Against Women Act, but he wouldn't do it. So he felt he had to sign that crap. Now, that's the scapegoat. You wanted to sign it. You knew exactly what it was going to do to the black community, and you did not do what you're doing for the $2,000. You still signed the bill. So we got these politicians trying their best to sabotage the bill before he can get anywhere. You know these people are not going to sign re-implementing the Obamacare measures. You know Trump ain't going to ever sign that. He hate Obamacare. So why would you put that in the freaking bill? Why would you put in the freaking bill all this aid to these foreign countries, Latino countries, and not even do anything for your own black people, ADOS, here in America? Why would you do that? You know Trump ain't going to give aid to countries when he's an American first, supposed to be president. Then they bring it down to $2.2 trillion. Same thing. Still too much pork. Get that crap out of there. You thought he didn't want $2,000 checks. He would have took $2,000 check a month if you would have pressed him, but you didn't want to give him any kind of credit if he did sign it. Nancy Pelosi said, whatever Trump got, Trump had a $1.2 trillion deal that provide extension on unemployment and checks, $1,200 checks. And Nancy Pelosi, because she don't want to give him no glory, didn't even bring it up for a vote on it. She's doing the same crap Mitch McConnell is doing on the $2,000. And now how you tell me they're different? And how you tell me they both don't need to be removed? They both need to be removed. Nancy Pelosi and freaking Mitch McConnell need to be removed. Because they won't even bring stuff up to the floor for a vote. Why did you deny that Trump stimulus package? And yeah, it had some pork in it, but it wasn't as bad. Some of this pork that you had in your bill was crazy. Now, here we are. They was willing to sell you out for Mitch McConnell deal, a skinny bill with no payments. But they did agree on $600. And $600 is like the great Kamala or Yokozuna jumping down from the top rope on your bills. Can you imagine your bills being Yokozuna? They'll crush that dog, and you being a little skinny dude laying in the middle of the ring, $600, and you got all these bills about to crush you. That $600 ain't enough, but they were willing to say it's a down payment until Joe Biden get in office. What make you think Joe Biden's going to do anything? Because he's a Democrat. What you make? Come on, really? And this is a problem in America. We think help comes in the form of a political party. No, help comes in the form of people. It's not about partyism. It's about the individual and their individual heart. You did whatever you could to get him in office. Now he's about to be president, and he gave her, Harris, that glory position. That's all it is, for nothing. Didn't earn it. And look where we now. Where have they been? Where have they been in this 2000 month situation? Oh, they talked about it, but why are they not on a bully pulpit like not JFK, but why they're not on a bully pulpit like FDR, calling them out and shaming them? Why it got to be Bernie Sanders? It should be the up-and-coming president should be shouting them down, making a mockery, embarrassing them, and make a fool out of Mitch McConnell and Nancy Pelosi. They got you thinking that they're the leaders of progress when they're actual leaders of regress or stallment. Where's Kamala Harris on the bully pulpit shaming anybody, Democratic or Republican, for not pushing this bill hard, dumping on America, calling them traitors to their people, traitor to their country? Because that's what it is. Anybody who's holding back a floor vote, whether it's Medicare for all or whether it's $2,000 stimulus check, if the American public wants it in an overwhelming majority, and that's what they want for the stimulus check of $2,000, should be $2,000 a month till this crap is over with, and that's what they want for Medicare for all. We're working on it to the point they get it for reparation for 8 hours, but we're not at that point, but we're working on it. But right now, America in majority want Medicare for all. America in majority want $2,000 a month stimulus check. And we got two numbnuts politicians like Nancy Pelosi and not Chuck Schumer, he's in that bunch too, and Mitch McConnell, both want to hold up the opportunity for people to vote on it because they believe it's not going to go. I don't give a crap. You are there to work for us. And if we say put it to a floor vote, you stop making excuses not to. And you stop making excuses for not taking the leverage that you got to pressure people to do it. And that's what 40 of you Democrats did when it came to Mitch McConnell. Bernie Sanders trying to hold back the Defense Act, which didn't affect service pay. The servicemen still going to get their money. But it did affect the pay that may go out to Boeing, may go out to Raytheon, Northrop Grumman, companies I'm familiar with. I'm from Virginia. These are some of the biggest jobs in Virginia, some of the highest paying jobs in Virginia. I got families and friends that work for these companies at the shipyard. It didn't stop them from building. They got plenty of work. They still got to repair the ships. They got to keep what they got upkeep. Upkeep is, oh, we're going to bring 2-3 more ships, going to offer more jobs. No, it don't have to offer more jobs. Just keeping what we got is enough. But they want to spend that money, your money, on defense when we're not even at freaking war. Except with COVID. And that war could be done and over with if you start telling people that they could treat themselves early. But I'm not going to go into that. So what we got at the end of the year is, you think the Democrats more better than the Republican. Republicans think the Democrats are more are left-wing extremists and vice versa, right-wing extremists. Well, both of y'all extreme. We need to punish Mitch McConnell for being the Mitch that he is. He's always been Mitch McConnell. He's always been that way. Why you wait to now to try to remove him? I mean, remove the dude. Don't get me wrong. Remove him. But why are you making it a sense of urgency now in Georgia? When at the end of the day, let's say you got those 2 seats, you still got to have Kamala Harris, a right-wing Democrat, that's casting the deciding vote. You still got Orloff or Orsall, who is a right-wing Democrat. You think just because they're in office, they're going to do right by you. Well, 40 Democrats decide not to do right by you and shut Bernie's leverage. They pretty much took away Bernie's leverage of stalling the vote on the Defense Act. And that's all it was, a stall. It wasn't that he didn't support it. It wasn't that he wasn't going to push it, but a stall. 40 decide to side with Mitch and take away the only leverage Bernie Sanders had that could have got you a floor vote for the $2,000. And I feel the same thing is going to happen with Nancy Pelosi. The leverage that these progressives have to get Medicare off for a floor vote is to deny her that position. And what's probably going to happen is they're not going to care. They're still going to put her in the position. And you still won't know who's for Medicare for all or who's just playing around. National treasure, Nick Aldis. But they call him Bernie Sanders a national treasure. Now, don't get me wrong. Bernie Sanders, in his role as senator, do his job. I'll never take that away from him. May not be to my standard to help my community, but he does his job. He's written amendments that'll leave a lot of hurt that could have happened to this country because of his amendments. I give him that. That's all I give him. For as a leader of a revolution, that's not him. That may be Nina Turner, but it wasn't him. You can't have a passive-aggressive run a revolution. That's counterproductive. Because they showed, they pulled his chain. They punked him out. Got him supporting his good friend Joe Biden. Had him supporting, I guess, his arch enemy or arch nemesis Hillary Clinton during the 2016 election. and now supporting Joe Biden in the 2020 election. Joe Biden promised to do all this stuff for Bernie Sanders. At the end of the year, progressives got no kind of political seats in the Joe Biden cabinet. Joe Biden saying, how you like me now? These fake committees that Bernie Sanders helped him draw up didn't work a lick. National treasure, though. McConnell makes the best argument for electing Democrats in Georgia. Yeah, the best argument is we don't want to get $2,000 of people, Democrats' friends, wealthy friends. But you want to give stimulus checks, which is what is most of this aid going out to your wealthy friends, these corporations.
At Dell Technologies.
I'm telling you, these people are something else. They just gonna make me go to Dell. McConnell is doing whatever he can to stop it. Now, I believe he's just playing hardball. I believe if you'd apply too much pressure on him, he would finally say yes. And I don't know, maybe he's just playing the game saying, I'm gonna do it, but I ain't gonna make it feel easy. It's gonna hurt because you got some people just buttholes like that. He may be just doing that. Who knows?
Times, Madam President, this issue has united Americans from coast to coast and bridged the massive political divide here in Washington. A vast majority of the public, Republican and Democrat, strongly support $2,000 checks. An overwhelming bipartisan majority in the House supports 2,000 checks. Senate Democrats strongly support $2,000 checks. Even President Trump supports $2,000 checks. There's one question left today. Do Senate Republicans join with the rest of America in supporting $2,000 checks?
Now, Chuck said that right. Majority of Americans say we need $2,000 check, and I'm quite sure majority of Americans saying we need $2,000 a month minimum until this thing is over. Not no one time. One time? And the argument is, but what if you're working? Who cares? It's still our money. Well, they're going to have it good. They're going to be living good. They're going to be living the good life. They might go on vacation. They might buy a car. Okay. It's our money. But they may pay off some medical bills or something like that. Okay. It's our money. It's not yours. Matter of fact, the money we put in your pocket is our money. We put that money in your pocket. We did.
Would the senator modify his request to include a unanimous consent request that to include unanimous consent that the Senate proceed to the immediate consideration of H.R. 9051, a bill received from the House to increase recovery rebate amounts to $2,000 per individual?
Now, this unanimous consent very rarely works. They tried it in the House. It didn't work. They tried to do it in the Senate. Most of the time, that's not going to work.
That the bill be read a third time and passed, the motion to reconsider be considered, made, and laid upon the table with no intervening action or debate.
Is there objection to the modification?
Object.
Objection is heard.
Of course, this turtle face behind is going to object. This old fart, this old hag, this old over-the-age turtle face. Lord, you just gonna have to forgive me, Lord. Thank you for your grace. But this old mop head, this old prune, is the reason why America hasn't gone forward for over 10 years. I argued 12 years. 8 of Obama and 4 Trump. 8 of Obama and 4 Trump. this old fart who's worth about $20 million himself, and that other old fart who worth $150 million themselves do whatever they can to keep a vote from coming to the floor because they feel that America is not ready for it, or they feel that they may not get the votes. You don't know what a person may do when they're prone to vote. Stop trying to be Nostradamus or the prophet Elijah or somebody. You ain't that. You don't know what nobody's going to do. You probably know what you're going to do, but you don't know what everybody's going to do. Bring it to a floor vote. And that's why I say hashtag force the vote. I say that on the House end, and I say that on the Senate end. Force the vote. We got two old prunes that's been in office for too long. You talking about dictatorship. These are too many dictators. They've been dominating the House and Senate for too long. Both of them have equal time, pretty much, in that position. Well, Nancy Pelosi a little less. But Nancy Pelosi have been in the House during both the Obama administration. Well, I wouldn't say that. She was a minority leader. I mean, you had, what's his name that was in charge, but she's been minority leader twice, and she's looking for a third term. These old farts got to go.
At Dell Technologies.
Let's look at this other article. This is an embarrassment to the idea of civil society. This is to be expected from Mitch McConnell. And this is what I'm saying. You got it. You know Mitch is going to do Mitch, so you got to find leverage over Mitch to make him tap out, to make him submit. You're not going to get Mitch, that stupid Mitch, this ugly turtle-looking Mitch. You're not going to get him to bend to the knee of the will of the people, or the will of progressive, or the will of Democrat, or the will of America. He's always going to be in opposition because he is, number one, beholding to the wealthy donors. A lot of y'all think just because somebody is married to a minority that they'll have sympathy to minorities. No, Mitch McConnell has an Asian wife. Kamala Harris has a white husband. Stop thinking that these people, just because they married other races, going to be more sensitive to your race. That don't mean nothing. Like this article, Esquire said, this is an embarrassment to the idea of civil society. This is to be expected from Mitch McConnell. You should expect Mitch McConnell to be the consonant butthole. Thorn in the flesh. Scrooge. This is Scrooge. A real life freaking Scrooge. But the Senate Democrats folded like a cheap suit. The Senate Democrats folded like a cheap suit. Dems delayed defense bill over stimulus check fight with McConnell. That was the only leverage Bernie Sanders had. That's the only level that Senate Democrats had, was to come together and say, we're going to hold back the vote for the defense spending. In exchange, we'll go ahead and vote on defense spending, but you got to vote on the stimulus checks first. We're going to vote. I'm not saying we ain't going to bring it to the floor, but we're not going to bring it on the floor until you bring this on the floor. Yet Mitch McConnell want to thwart democracy, want to ignore the will of the people, want to ignore the House, want to ignore the president, want to ignore the Senate. And sometimes you got to ignore these people, but not on stuff like this. Want to piss on his own constituents. I said piss, yes. This Negro pulled down his pants and opened up his butt cheek and taken a long dunk, one of those X-lax, diarrhea, sloppy dump on his own constituents in Kentucky. No, majority of them, a lot of them are under the poverty line. I'm not going to say majority. People stop thinking that all Kentuckians are a bunch of hillbilly hicks. They're not. But he basically opened up his butt cheeks and said, all over his constituents, and yet they still vote him in, man. What the heck is wrong with y'all? Well, I didn't want that other lady. I mean, Trump said she's an extremist. Man, let me tell you something. Most of these Democrats are center right. They're not no left extremists. Stop believing that crap. But let me go on to the next one. That's the national treasure, Nick Aldis, the real heavyweight champion. Let me stop. Let me get back on to me. I'm saying this because we're at the close of the year. Matter of fact, I'm about to get out of here. I got to go to New Year's Eve get together. Shout out to my lady friend, Fiona King. This year we got to be more aggressive. See, I told you guys that I don't vote the lesser of two evils, and I meant it because it's going to get you evil. Voting the lesser of two evils in each county, each state, each district got you leaders that are evil. Bottom line, it don't matter whether they're lesser or greater. If you're the lesser to evil, if you're the lesser of the evil, your ability to become the greater is very easy because you're evil. You got these evil politicians that now run the show because of the philosophy of the lesser of two evil. When you should adopt a greater good, or you get out my face. I ain't voting for you unless I see you are real good at doing the greater good. If you harm my people, I'm not giving you a second chance at harming my people. That would make me a traitor to my race. I'm not giving you that. And you could boogeyman scare me on the other person. That other person could be horrible. He ain't getting my vote either. See, the beauty of this country is I can stand here and say, Robert Brown votes for black empowerment. And if you guys are not on the side of black empowerment, step off. And I have the right to say no at the voting booth. Now, I do vote. I don't never say do not vote. I always say, when you vote, go get to know who you're voting for. Get a relationship with them. Meet them. Go down to the office. Get to know. Chop them up. Go to whatever meeting they got. Get in their face about something. Ask them some hard questions. Go look at their track record. See what they've done in the past. See what they're doing now. Because what you did then determine your future. Never told you don't vote. Find out who's in your district, who's running for what. Get to know them. And if they are appealing to your will, if they're doing what you believe right by your community, or have a vision to do right by your community, then vote for them. But I ain't voting for you just because you're a Democrat or Republican. And I'm not voting for you because you're trying to scare me about the other person. Oh, they gonna kill all of us. If y'all that much of a punk that you're gonna vote for somebody because you fear that they're gonna kill you or get rid of you, they said that about Bush, gonna have you all back in slavery. They said that about Obama. Obama is a black Hitler. And they always coming up with bull crap to get you into fear. I vote on faith, and I will continue. We're about to go into a 2022 election. Every year there's election, and every year it's the same philosophy. No voting in the lesser of two evil because it's going to get you evil. The reason we're in the mess that we now with Mitch McConnell and Nancy Pelosi is the lesser of two evil voting. That's the reason why we're here. And start from your local election all the way up to the top. And you got to make a decision in your local election all the way to the top. I'm voting for the greater good. What good are you going to do my community, bro? Let me see it. Let me hear your vision for my community. You ain't got no vision? Then you ain't got no vision for America. And if their vision does not line up with the vision that you see for your community, you got to let them know that ain't how it is out here in this community, bro. This community, this, and that. You got to step up for your community. Now, you're going to get your $600 check. Trump did sign it. He could have been a butthole and say, I'm not signing jack. Let the chips fall where they may. My governor did the right thing by extending out the rent moratorium and mortgage moratorium for another 6 months. The unemployment benefits will not lapse. You'll get extra money on top of that. Yet they want you to shine and smile and say, my government is looking out for me. Oh, God bless the Democrats. God bless the Republican. God bless Joe Biden. God, oh, girl, black magic power, girl. Ain't no black magic power, nothing. This is your money. They ain't doing you no freaking favors. The problem is we let them punk us around and move us around like we're peons. And until you start applying, everybody in Kentucky should be at Mitch McConnell's house. Everybody. Don't go in his yard because you can get shot. Don't go that far. But you could be in front of his house shouting it down. Everybody should be at Mitch McConnell's office. If he got any offices in Kentucky, they need to be there. And they need to be at his office in D.C. And they need to be calling him everything from traitor to trash. Robert, you're a Christian. You're supposed to be forgiven. No, I got to call you, you're a traitor, man. 75% of Americans say we want $2,000. Most of them want $2,000 a month till it's over with, but we need $2,000 now. Matter of fact, give them the $2,000 on top of the $600. We need $200,000. This fool is saying, screw the Republicans who want it, screw the Democrats who want it, screw America. I ain't doing it. Kiss my behind, ain't bring it to a floor vote. I'm not going to give you the opportunity to get it. He's doing that for everybody in this country, including the military. Same thing for Nancy Pelosi. People out here sick as a dog. People dying of all kinds of diseases because they can't get early detection. They can't afford it. And she don't want to even bring it up to a floor vote. And for you people who have opportunity to get her to bring it to a floor vote, if you vote her in the office without doing that, then that make you some freaking marks. And you don't need to be in office. Yeah, I said it. AOC, all of you. This year, the people need to start rising up. This country is for the people and by the people. And the people need to start applying the pressure on these politicians or remove them. To me, honestly speaking, any politicians making over $1 million a year or have in excess of over $10 million should not be getting a check. If you got $10 million of assets in your bank account, liquid, cash money, you shouldn't get a paycheck. Now, one thing good about Donald Trump, he didn't get a paycheck because dude got money. Y'all can gamble and say whether he's don't have no money or not. Dude got money. He may not be the billionaire that he is. I'm walking around in Manhattan yesterday taking pictures. I'm still seeing Trump with the name on it. That's that dude's and his family's property. He's making money off. They're rentals. And those rentals probably $5,000 to $10,000 a month. This dude is making money. When he get out of office, like him or not, he's still going to be making money. What are you doing? What am I doing? I'm not on that level. He didn't take a salary. He making money off his name, illegal as they can, and he should be prosecuted. He should be held before. This probably was going to make money anyway. Now, let me say this and I'm done. This country is financed by you. It's not financed by them. It's financed by you. They are financed by you. If they do pay taxes, whatever little money they invested, it came from you. I'm talking about the check that they get every month. Most of them can go to the halls of the Congress. They can go to the lunchroom and get free meals. Most time when they travel around, people just want to take a picture. They'll say the dinner is on me. Let me get a picture with you. As a politician, you get all these perks. Not only do you have the ability to stay in there until you die, if you're good at getting reelected, to your old fart like Mitch McConnell and Nancy Pelosi, you got it good. You got paid. You're going to get a check for life once you get out of office, just like the president. You're going to get a check for life. People are going to always recognize you as the esteemed or the honorable, and you're really not. You're always going to have that clout. You can go on speaking circuits and make money. You can write a book and make money. You got all that option, but what about Joe American? Jew. What about Jew? You American. Do you have that? When are you going to stop letting them punk you? We need to start having some mass strikes. We need to start going to these people's houses. We need to let them know that we see you and we going to get you. And I'm not talking about physically. I'm talking about get you in a whole lot of areas. You can clown them around, shame them in public. You can get in their face. Don't put your hand on them. Just like they try to put the fear of God of the left in you, or the fear of God on the right of you, or the fear of God about a presidential candidate or something like that, you could put the fear of God of the people in them. And that's what these politicians need to be, the fear of God in them when it comes to being in that political office, that if you do not do right by the people, oh, that's the worst thing you can ever do. You got to do right by the people. If you don't, you're going to regret it. You're going to regret it. That's what should be struck in the hearts of every man and woman in political position. You don't do right by the will of the people, oh, it's horrible. Now, again, listen to me. Don't be doing no stupid stuff. Man, there go Mitch McConnell. Pop. Don't be doing no stuff like that. I mean, make you feel good. But you're going to jail, bruh. You're going to jail. Can't be running up on a politician and punch him in the face, man. Unless he punch you. Man, honestly speaking, excuse me, this thing itch. Honestly speaking, taking my tax dollars to make sure you get raises every time you have to fund the government. Every time. You're not making that decision. You're making the decision without me to give yourself raises every year. You make the decision to let your buddies get corporate welfare without our approval. And most important, when it comes to us, when we need it, you deny us. That is a punch in the balls and a punch in the face. Call it like it is. That's exactly what it is. This year, America, this year, you cannot allow that to happen. You got to get more bold, you got to be fearless, and you got to be aggressive. And if that means if that means 1 million of you storming the offices of Mitch McConnell, like the Sunrise Movement did, and there wasn't even 1 million of them. Sunrise Movement went to doggone what's her name house and told her, look, we put you in office, you better addy up. And she gonna tell them what to do. Fool, who you talking to? You heard what I said? Either you're gonna do this or you're gonna be out, old fart. I call them old fart because they're in their elderly age, and the only thing that's coming out of their mouth is fart. It's not a dig at elderly people. Number gas, the gaslighting. Farting is gas. Let's all come out their mouth. "2020 is the year of aggression. You will never get progression until you embrace aggression. Things won't go in a way of progressive unless you're aggressive. You got to be aggressive. They're more aggressive than you. Look how hard Mitch McConnell is fighting not to get this thing to a floor vote. A simple freaking floor vote, the American thing to do. Put it on the floor, let everybody say yay and nay. He won't even bring it. And watch Nancy Pelosi. She'll get the speakership and would never bring Medicare for all to a floor vote. And a whole host of things to a floor vote. And shame on you on the right and shame on you on the left for allowing this thing to happen. Y'all need to get together and start coming together as one and start applying the political pressure on these people doing right by you instead of themselves. Now, before I go, there's a movie coming out, and I want you guys to go to this movie. As a black man living in New York, I've been living in New York over 10 years, but I lived in Virginia, same thing. Norfolk, Portsmouth, Suffolk, you name it, Newport News, same thing. I was raised in Bradenton, Florida. Down South Florida, same thing. Police department, a little aggressive, redneck, rebel. Let me stop saying redneck. Rednecks, not all redneck are racist, but you got racist Southern mentality down there still to this day, dealing with police officers. A man got shot just for turning around. A man got shot holding a candy bar, some iced tea. Black people getting shot, and they're using any excuse in the book to justify it. Man fixing on his mother's doorbell, visits his mother, fix her doorbell, police comes up to him, he turned around with the screwdriver, and they believe he was threatening them with the screwdriver and shot him. A man was walking away from the police one day. I forgot what city it is. He haven't committed any crimes. He turned around and they shoot him. The man sitting up there arguing with the police department. Look, just let me go home. Park the car here. Let me go home. I know how y'all just killed George Floyd. I'm afraid of you. I don't know what you guys gonna do. Just I don't want to go back to jail. I don't want to cause no problem. I'll park my car. Let me walk home. I don't need y'all to take me. We need to see your driver's license. Let us see your I just told you no. I just told you no. You're gonna grab a hold of your taser and pull it on me and not expect me to try to defend myself. Kill that dude. Now, is this being amplified in the Latino community? Is this being amplified in the Asian community? Is this being amplified in the white community? I want to know. Because I'm against it when it comes to white people, Asians too. So I'm going to be against it when it comes to my own people. It's going to get to the point where if you don't criminalize criminal officers, because police officers break the law. That's the reason why you have different departments that's focused on the law, like internal affairs and things like that. Their job is to make sure the officers are doing things by the book, not overstepping their boundary of protecting and serving. Your job as an officer is to protect and serve. That's what we, again, the people, pay you for. Protect us and serve us, not to harass us and shoot us. If this federal government don't put in laws, if we don't pressure the people, to pressure the president and whoever's under him to put in strict laws to deal with police accountability, and I mean criminal, then it may get to something like this.
I was asleep before. Now I'm awake. If you don't stand up for yourself, who will? Ever since I was a child, I felt greatness was in store for me.
All right. Here we go.
You remember me?
How you doing tonight?
Doing well, officer.
Can I see your driver's license, registration, and insurance, please?
Of course. My license is right here, my wallet. It's all right, son. You remember that night in July?
Hands up! Hey! Wait! Put the phone down! Put that phone! Sorry, it's a phone! It's a cell phone! It's just a cell phone!
You knew he was unarmed.
Push in the car and put your hands in the air! Officer, please, he's just a kid!
You pointed your gun at him.
Okay, get out of the car, son. Easy.
And you pulled the trigger.
Put the phone away! Put the phone away!
The grand jury determined that no probable cause exists to file any charges against Officer Randall.
This is my son. This is my little boy. You took that from me. The world took that from me. Today we make that right. Hear me when I say this, because I'm only going to say it once. Don't stop filming.
If you just give up now.
Why are we the only people in this country that are expected to do things without violence?
I didn't mean to kill your son.
What you did.
I did what I was trying to do.
I just want justice. That's all I want.
He said he did what he was trained to do. Shoot black people.
This is your jury. The deciders of your fate. Today, you will be tried for the murder of my son. You scared? Are you afraid?
Folks, when you get a chance to go out and see that movie or go in to go see that movie, it puts you in a position of where the black community lies right now, because it seems like nobody is fighting for us to get the social change that we need to help deal with police accountability when it comes to somebody dying by their hand. They look for every reason to cover this cop instead of prosecuting. I want to hear black people always talking about that fool attorney general and the cops there in Louisiana in the situation with Breonna Taylor, but they don't look at the many times Kamala Harris did that crap. They don't look at the time Rahm Emanuel did that crap, and many other people in political positions or aspiring to be in political position, how they did the same thing. Now, I'm in New York. I got on Governor Cuomo when he was the attorney general. I would get on Tish James, personal friend of mine. I would get on her if she did it. I don't cover up for nobody. Oh, Kamala Harris, sister girl, black man. She did the same thing. She was looking for reason to protect a police officer. She wasn't even for body cams until it was time for her to run for office against somebody who was for body cams. She didn't want body cams on a police officer. There have to be in 2021, and the people is going to have to do it. Stop depending on these politicians that's selling you out. You have to apply the political pressure on politicians. No, let me say that again. You have to apply the people pressure on these politicians. The only reason Dr. King got legislation done is because he applied the people pressure on these politicians. And stop looking for a leader. You might have to be the leader. Just get it done. I can tell you right now, meet me, New Year's Day, meet me in the middle of Brooklyn at Barclays Center. I'm going to have a sign, and let's all together send a message to Mitch McConnell. I'll be the only person out there because some of y'all too punkish. You talk the talk, but don't want to go out there and to do it. How do I know I did it a few times? Nobody came out. And mind you, I'm just at 10,000. I don't have a big audience. But at least I tried. The people who were walking by me were just looking at me. The only way you're going to get things to change is when you decide to take back the power, the people, not the House, not the Senate, and not the president. You are the true power source. They have no power without you. And you got to start taking it back. So we, as a mass unit, must start to push back on people like Nancy Pelosi, people like Mitch McConnell, and even President Trump or, whoever's President Joe Biden, whatever. When you don't see things go your way, then you got to make it go your way. It's a doggone shame. Over 75% of Americans, Republican, Democrat, from elderly to even kids, believe that we should have Medicare for all. But yet, Nancy Pelosi is trying not to bring this to a floor vote, given the opportunity to go to the Senate. Who cares whether it be denied or not? Do your job and let that opportunity happen. Stop making excuses for not bringing stuff to the floor. And likewise, Mitch McConnell on this 2000. Stop letting these excuses stop. He's making an excuse to not give you your money. What are you going to do about it? I've called him. I put it up on Facebook. I don't think I have it right now, but I put it on Facebook. You can call and badger that office till the phone's line break down. And if you're in the area, or if you're in 1 to 2, 3 hours away from the area, you should be in your freaking car going down there. Now, this weekend, I might catch the bus down there. They're having a big rally coming up soon. I may be there. Washington, D.C., 3-hour trip on the bus. I may go. Just got back from Florida. I had to quarantine for a few days. But now I may go out to that event. Now, if you want to contribute to help a brother out, you know the PayPal account. You know my PayPal information. You can help me out, help me get there. But I'm not depending on nobody help. But I'll take whatever donations you can give, brother, to get down there and put myself in a hotel so I can stay one night and do the doggone thing. I'll be there if you don't want to go. But if you're 3 hours and you're not at that freaking event, if you're not at the Julian Assange event, because that brother need to be free, I have no issue with Julian Assange. I'm so happy we got people that will expose our federal government for the crooks that they are. We need more like him, and they need to be protected instead of prosecuted. If you're 3 hours and you're not at that Julian Assange event, if you're not at that Force to Vote event, and this Force to Vote event is not a Democratic thing, it should be a Republican thing too. Because you got both of these old farts not willing to push policies on the floor for a vote that benefit you, but yet they'll come together in a heartbeat to vote for something that'll benefit them. And we're allowing that to happen. Well, the time to stop this is in 2021. Starting tomorrow, you got to get your game face on. You got to get a new attitude. Don't be singing that mess from Patti LaBelle. I'm talking about you got to start coming with it. This is the revolution, a people revolution, not a political revolution, a people revolution. And it starts with you and me. Are you ready for it? Well, I am. I'm Robert Brown with the Rob Report. This is the year-ending video for 2020. It's been a tough year. You're alive and you're watching this. And whether you believe in a God or not, you better thank somebody. I'm going to thank my God I'm still alive. Because a lot of people didn't make it. And if you're still alive, you have a mission. Your mission is to bring power back to the American people and stop letting these politicians tell you what you're going to get for your hard-earned investment into this country. It's time for you to rein them in. I'm Rob Brown with the Rob Report. I'll holler at you later. Peace.